What's up, guys? It's your boy James, aka 68J, coming to you guys on this amazing Sunday. And I'm joined by my brother, the man, the myth, the legend, Ness Force. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, 6'8"? What's up, C-Frau family? I'm going to give you the virtual dap.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dat back. Guys, we got a hell of a show for you guys today. We're super excited as we have a lot of great announcements. And also, I'm excited to have my co-host here, which is Ness Force. We're going to be going through a lot of the same things that we go through typically when we're doing our regular show. The difference is we're going to be doing it through StreamYard, so you can either catch it on X or on YouTube. So we're really excited. Let's get right into it. Before I get going, guys, we're going to recognize all the family that's in here right now. Shouts out to the man, the myth, the legend. What's up, Silver Days? XRP in the house. Family. Greatest family on planet Earth. EARF. Good to see you, my brother. Appreciate you in a major way. Erica Garcia. That's my sister right there. Happy Sunday, everyone. Guys, I'm having an incredible Sunday. Why? I get to hang out with the sexiest lady ever, my wife. Fabio's in the house. What's up, Fabio? Good to see you, my brother. Appreciate you in a major way. Much love to you. My beautiful queen, Jeanette, is in the house. Peter, the cabbage eater. I know you're a healthy guy. Guys, we're going to get right into it. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Coin market cap. Let's look at it right now. We're at $3.18 trillion. Obviously, Bitcoin having a little bit of a, hissy fit, I guess. When it dips, we dip, just like that. You guys know the story. Let's see. It's at 95,746. Guys, we got Ethereum right now. It's $2,800. XRP kind of lagging behind a little bit at 255. That's okay, better than 55. Let's keep it going. BNB right now is at 654. Guys, Solana coming in at 167.69. We got Dogecoin at 24 cents. ADA at 76 cents. Guys, Chainlink at 17.54. What else is worth talking about? Stellar, a little bit green, not too much. Poquito, that's Spanish for those of you guys don't know. I'm part Puerto Rican and black, but I got like a D minus. It's embarrassing. Like when I talk to somebody in Spanish, they're like, ¿Cómo te llamo? I'm like, good Lord. Let me call my math teacher back in high school, see what the hell that means. Let me stop. Carolina's at 33 cents, guys. We got a ton at 375. Shiba, that's 4 zeros and a uno. Cuatro zeros and a uno, right? Yep, there you go. That's why I got that damn D minus. H-bar right now at 21 cents, guys. We got a Polkadot at 593. Uniswap coming in at 898, guys. Pepe, who cares? Let's see. Let me stop. Good Lord, it's at number 30. Somebody's got it. Ondo right now is at 112. We got ICP at 701. Trump's coin. Did you get in there? Good Lord. I hope you didn't buy the top at 75 cents. I'm sorry, $75. That damn thing's at 1602. Trump needs to do something, like say something about it. Make it pump up a little bit. LKB right now is at 48.93, guys. VTHO is the big deal at 3 cents. Also, let me remind you guys that nothing we talk about in the show today between myself and Ness Force should ever be considered or deemed financial advice, for we are not, no comprende. Spanish again. Financial advisors. My name is James, aka 68J. Been documenting my journey in the evolution of money since 2017. How long have you been in crypto on this force? Just out of curiosity.
Trading since 2021. I knew about Bitcoin very early on. I had my friend's brother told me to start mining it when it had no value. And man, I should have listened to him. I haven't seen him in years. I think he's living his dream life now.
Now, let me ask you this. When did that happen? Like when he said, hey, Ness Force Bitcoin. When did you know about it?
He read about it in a magazine. It was very close to the Genesis block. I know that. It was probably like 2012, something like that.
My gosh. Woo,
yeah,
man.
It was before it had a value. And honestly, I would have minded. I didn't have a computer or internet, because even just on the speculation of, hey, mine this thing, it might be worth money someday. I would have done it,
Yeah, it's so crazy when you think about and that's your market, guys. We're gonna get out the markets and get right into everything else. But it's craziness for us that you say that, because I should always share the story of my first introduction to crypto. And my first introduction as far as personally was at a convention. I was speaking. I was at like a convention somewhere. I was a business owner back in 08 and all that kind of stuff. So it really kills me when I think about how little it took to get involved. And I was out there buying cars for tens of thousands of dollars for my lots and all these different things that I was doing. And then my son told me, who's now 30 years old, he's like, Dad, that's what you used to give us money for, was Bitcoin to play games online. I'm like, what? So it's just crazy, man. The things that you don't know.
So where are those old hard drives?
Oh man, and that's why people don't realize there's a lot of Bitcoin Ness Force that they'll never recover. I mean, it's just gone. It's gone. Crazy. And those you got to think it's probably like ended up in like a burn yard or a trash yard somewhere, and that's somebody probably burnt billions. Who knows?
Yeah, it's in a landfill. Some people, I've seen people, they look on old computers. They'll buy computers at like yard sales. Every now and then somebody finds a little Bitcoin on them.
No way.
I've heard that story.
Now, how does that? So, how does that work? If you find that someone had Bitcoin, don't you need like the keys and stuff? Or back in the day, was it not the same?
There's a way to get in. I could never explain it to you, but there is a way to get in if it's physically on the hard drive. That's my understanding. Don't quote me on it.
Wow, that's crazy. I know people who've done that. Matter of fact, I think let me see if I can pull it up here. I don't know if anyone knows this story. Let me see. Let me see. See if I can find this here. This is something so unplanned, guys. But let's see. So I can pull it up here. Oh wait, that didn't work. I think I put the wrong thing there.
Yeah, wasn't there some guy like suing a landfill or something because he thinks his hard drive is in the landfill and they won't allow him access to try to dig up his Bitcoin?
I think that was, yeah, something like that. And then here's a crazy article. I don't know if anyone's ever seen this. This is everybody knows rapper 50 Cent when he was hot back in the day, right? And in 2019, if you read the story, apparently I'm kind of going through this, but someone had paid him in Bitcoin, kind of like they paid the Bitcoin pizza guy. They paid him for a track, for him to be on their track. And they gave him like, I think it was 700 Bitcoin after agreeing for payments. It says during his 5th album. He didn't realize it. At the time, one Bitcoin was worth $662. So they gave him 700 Bitcoin. And then later on, I think towards the last bull run, he looked up and realized he was a Bitcoin millionaire. Can you believe that?
Yeah, right now, what would that be, like $65 million or something like
that? I mean, that dude made so much money from so many different things. That's just a crazy story. If you guys ever get a chance to check it out, it's right here. I should share that one. I think I'm gonna leave that up just for the fact that I forgot all about that story. I don't think a lot of new people kind of know that. But yeah, man. But other than that, how you doing, man? I heard you just got off of a stream. What were you guys doing?
So yeah, I was hosting the podcast that I host for Chart the Course podcast. I know I've mentioned it on here a few times. And I was talking to one of the founders from Jackal Protocol. It's a layer 1 on Cosmos ecosystem. And they specialize in storage, kind of similar to Filecoin in that they store data, but they're actually very different. Okay. Yeah, they have specific products. Like one of the things they just came out with is called Jackal Pin, and it's really an excellent product for NFT projects that are looking for cloud storage.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Now, someone just told me, I didn't realize that, guys. See, I was kind of messing around with the stream, and I was trying to send out notification early. And apparently people are saying that they didn't get notified. And I think the reason that is, guys, is because oh, no, I did put it on YouTube. So for some reason, when I go through StreamYard, I don't think it's notifying my people that I'm live. I think that might be the problem. So I didn't even catch that until right now. And that's Operation Shutdown just came in and said that.
You know, honestly, that happens to me even when you're not on StreamYard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think YouTube is just playing games with people with the algorithm. I really do.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, my friend, because one of the things I can tell you is that I've been shadow banned on YouTube. Never could figure out why. And then it's funny because I was, and I don't want to say this to be funny. I mean, hopefully they don't pick up what I just said. But I watched another YouTuber that said as soon as he got aggressive about XRP, he said he has millions of the things that he does gets millions of views on different platforms. But when it comes to YouTube, specifically talking about XRP, he can barely get thousands. And I'm just like, and I know, I mean, my channel has been shut down 3 times. People know that for a fact. So it is what it is. I mean, it's part of what it is. I don't know if that's specifically something about XRP or I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm past the height requirement. I wonder if there's a height requirement on that. Let me stop. But no, guys, shouts out to the almost 1,400 people here live on X. We're streaming right now. Super excited. Now, guys, we've got some amazing news nest for us. We've got, brother, some amazing news. Guess who I communicated with today? You wouldn't know. That's just a crazy guess. So yeah, we have an incredible lineup, guys, coming to XRP Las Vegas 2025. Now, for those of you guys don't know, we started talking about this some months ago when people were reaching out saying, Jay, I can't really afford to go, you know, And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, Brad Kimes' event is freaking amazing. I'm talking about, like, I've been to conventions throughout my entire adult life as I used to speak and travel around the world speaking on some of the biggest stages. And so I know what a nice convention looks like, right? First class all the way. Kimes definitely has that. But people are like, man, if there was something that we could do that was a little bit more, you know, where we could go, right, as far as affordability. So, you know, after hearing that from a couple people, I decided to do a with my partner CKJ. We start talking about, so like, hey, what if we start our own meetup. Now, there's been other things in the past. As a matter of fact, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this. Throughout that weekend, actually before that weekend, did you know that there's a Bitcoin conference here in Vegas?
I had no idea.
Yeah, so Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I think it is, there's a Bitcoin conference, a huge one here in Las Vegas, right before XRP Las Vegas, right? And so the reason I know that is because I reached one of the speakers that'll be here with us for our XRP Las Vegas meetup. So the difference is XRP Las Vegas, that's Kimes, and XRP Las Vegas meetup, smaller venue, but it's going to be absolutely incredible. We can only cater to about 200 people. At a beautiful, beautiful place. The ambiance is gorgeous. We someone had an event there last year, but this is our first event at the same location. But one of the things that I found out is that through Jake Claver is having, I don't want to talk about his event, but he has a VIP event that I'm going to be going to on Wednesday. Thursday, Melissa, which is World Be Free, she's actually going to be having an event. And I believe it's like some of the people are going to be like Rob Cunningham and a couple other people should be over there. I think maybe Zach Rector said he might go. And then Friday, we're going to be getting a Mercedes-Benz party bus. And a lot of us influencers, everybody that's on the flyer, Mickle's going to be there, Linda P. Jones, Zach Rector, CKJ, Molly Elmore, Jake Claver, Ray Fuentes, myself, we'll actually have a panel, right? On that, that'll be Saturday, December, good Lord, May 31st, December, okay, that's far from now. But May 31st, Saturday between 8 and 1 a.m., 8 p.m. and 1 a.m. So it's no conflict of anybody else's event, 8 p.m. at night to 1 a.m. in the morning. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Now, I got a word today. There's some people who said they're going to be coming or possibly stopping by. So the possibilities is like Coach JB, Johnny Crypto, Abs, and those guys. So they might, come by. They got like a group event they're going to be doing with their group. But that'd be amazing. Also, Paul Barron. A lot of people know who Paul Barron is. I reached out to him. Metal Lawman said he might be stopping by. Versan from Black Swan Capitalists said he may be coming by as well. Who else? Oh, by the way, just reached out to me this morning. Eleanor Terrett will be stopping by. Now, she can't speak, obviously, for obvious reasons, being with the media and doesn't want to, have a conflict of interest. But she said, hey, I would love to come by. So she'll be coming by. So it's going to be a star-studded event, guys. I am so doggone excited about it. Our first event. And the way that we came across this, Ness, was just a lot of these people, they've been on my show. And it's just been a great, great relationship, building process over the last year or so. A lot of these guys who are coming were also in the most amazing documentary ever, which is Rick from the Start the War on Crypto by Fruition Productions. So we built relationships through that. And yeah, they're all coming, man. There's going to be a star-studded event. What do you think about that, my friend?
Great. And I hope I see some people live streaming it. I know last year I saw Crypto Tales is doing some live streams at some of the meetups, and any of your live streams, like one that really stood out to me was when you went to Chicago with Mike O and you showed that little jazz gig. That was cool, man. I really enjoyed that. So I hope you do some live streaming.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm so, man, God, I love you, brother, because you just triggered something I probably would have forgotten to talk about. Ray Fuentes. So not only is Ray Fuentes going to be at the event and part of the panel, but he's also going to be, he says, 6-8, do you mind? So we're going to be working together so he can live stream the entire event for people who cannot make it. Now, obviously being there, there's a whole different vibe. There's a whole different, feeling of meeting all those amazing people, some of the most powerful and brilliant minds in all of crypto. As you can see our lineup and all the people that I just named, and many, many others that will be coming. There are limited seating, guys. There are limited seating. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do, if you get a chance, go over to my my X channel. It's at James_68J. Again, that's at James_68J. Now, please be careful when you enter that, because there are scammers out there. Just like all other influencers have scammers, there's about 4 or 5 of them out there that use my name. They have different, like they'll have James_68J or James_68J with 2 Y's and an underscore. So just please be careful. Make sure you guys go to the one that is validated here on X. You guys can definitely tell who I am. 589 followers, almost 13,000. I'm sorry, following 589 and almost 13,000 followers. So when you guys do that, if you go into where you see this flyer and actually click it open, that link, if you go down, you'll see there's a link right there. And if you click this link right here below, it'll take you right in so you can order. So we've been selling tickets, guys, all during the night. I'm getting dings from all over the country. So it's really excited. I'm expecting a phenomenal turnout. And yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. So With that being said, let's keep it going, man. Anything you want to add to that, Ness Force?
No, I wish I could go, but I'm definitely stuck at home here. So excited to watch the live streams. I'll definitely be hanging out as much as possible.
Absolutely. It's going to be incredible. So what we're going to be doing, guys, is we're going to go through some things here. We're going to have Ness Force respond to each thing that we talk about here. Big Bro 10's in the house. What's up, Big Bro 10? Miko Mafia's in the house. Good to see you guys. Hello, Big Bro 10. Good to see you. Sasha is in the house. Good to see you. Jose, I see you, brother. Chuck Donald is in the house. Good to see you. Chuck Legs is in the house. Appreciate you guys in a major way. Let's get right into it. Okay, here we go. Fake friends. Good Lord. Fake friends and people are no different than shadows. They stick around during your brightest moments, but disappear during your darkest hours. Wow.
Bars.
That's
bars for sure. Yep. That's when you can tell your real friends, is when you're in your darkest times. If they're there for you, those are the ones you keep around.
You know, it's so funny, Ness Force. I don't know your story. You can share when I make this comment here, but you know, it's so funny because I remember the last bull run, 2020. I mean, I swear I had people coming out the works, man. I mean, friends, celebrity friends, regular friends, family. I mean, when everyone heard that Bitcoin was at 68,000 and crypto hit, that's what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people are getting down, Ness Force, but a lot of these assets haven't even seen the same price levels that they saw back in the last bull run. I mean, you're talking about a chain link that was like almost $60. Polkadot was $56 or something like that. A lot of these assets were way higher. I mean, good gosh, Crow was almost at $1. So a lot of people don't realize, I don't think we've had, and I know we haven't had our altcoin run yet. And I just think there's a lot of stuff that's going on. Obviously, we follow cycles and the Bitcoin habit and election, but things are a little different with Donald Trump this time around. Would you agree?
100%. This cycle's different. It feels different. Something I was talking to my guest earlier about, and you know, he had his speculations. Maybe it has to do with the ETFs, institutional money coming in. It might have to do with some projects are viable long term, some aren't. But yeah, we definitely haven't seen the alt season for one reason or another.
And you know, why do you think people? I mean, I guess it's impatience. Here's the thing. I don't think people who've been in this space for a while, like myself, we're freaking out, or we're worried about it. I think a lot of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the FUD, or a lot of the fear, false evidence appearing real, or just a lot of the emotions are coming probably from newbies or people just who maybe have a certain plan in place. Because if you follow this market, you understand things are different. I understand people say, well, normally this time of year this happens, and normally in February this happens. But you guys gotta understand, we've never had a pro-crypto president. We've never had, Ness Force, this much bullish sentiment around digital assets here in the United States, especially with some of the talk about a strategic reserve, especially the no capital gains tax on American companies, American crypto. Is like, what? I mean, there's things, and then you take all that, Ness Force, and you implement a little operation cleanup, and I don't mean little because it's happening in a big way. This whole "Make America Great Again," man. I mean, it's like must-see TV. I don't know if there's any reality TV show or anything that's on TV right now that's greater than what Trump is doing. It's like must-see TV. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah. And you know what really stands out to me about what Trump's doing is I think some people have failed to recognize his technique, art of the deal, right? He isn't using tariffs to necessarily punish. He's using it as a negotiation tool. I don't know if you caught what happened with the whole Ukraine-Russia negotiations in the past day. Did you catch any of that?
Talk about it, brother.
So Trump suggested to Zelensky, the leader of Ukraine, that he wanted a certain percentage of mineral rights.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
In order to negotiate. And Zelensky was, crying and dragging his feet about it. And then just like every other situation we've seen with Trump, the other side gives in, right?
500 billion worth. 500. I read that. 500 billion worth is crazy.
Yeah, he's cutting these amazing deals that are just pro-America. It's such a change. A lot of the times we're getting the bad end of the deal internationally. And now we have this guy that's going up and saying, no, I'm going to get you as much as I can because I represent you. And I love him for that.
Oh, yeah, me too, man. And it's crazy because, before we continue on with that, because there's more I want to talk about with Trump and some of these politicians that I think are freaking out right now. Guys, just beware with this last comment here about fake people, whatever, coming around, I think, we always talk about having, the 5 steps of success. And so we talk about a strategic plan, right? Having a plan that way it controls. Number 2, as far as doing your research, and then it can help you control those emotions, which is number 3, take profit, and then know your why. But I think part of your plan, you also have to have an awareness that when things, I mean, can you imagine going from 0 to 100 real quick? Because that's literally what's getting ready to happen. And a lot of people, I don't know if they're mentally prepared for what comes with being worth, whether it's worth millions or hundreds of thousands or whatever it is, the type of attention, and sometimes not all that goodness for us. And I kind of lived through that. Your take on that? I mean, as far as people just needing to be mentally ready for that.
Well, you obviously did well because like I said in the chat the other day, your success can test you more than the worst of your adversaries, right? Yeah. I've never been there, but having all that money really amplifies who you are as a person. And if there's anything rotten about who you are, it's going to be times 10. Man. So, for the people out there who are maybe going to be a millionaire for the first time or whatever it is, learn from other people's mistakes. Don't let that success destroy you, because it's a very, very common theme. You look at NFL players, NBA players, lottery winners. Very often they're broke within a couple of years. 3
to 4 years, man. Gone. All gone. And that's a great point. And it really is important because, I say this humbly, sometimes it could be a very, how would I say this? Sometimes it could be, I wouldn't say lonely in the sense that, but when you start looking at the amount of people that you have to kind of cut out of your circle because of those things, it's crazy. So everyone's going to kind of, live and learn, but that's something you want to be mindful of, guys, is the wrong people for the wrong reason. And you're right, money only magnifies who you are. If you're a-hole, you're a-hole with money. If you're a great person with a big heart, you're a great person with a big heart with money. So shouts out to Mike-O, shouts out to Always Want to Win. Thank you so much, Hardcore. Hardcore said, I'm glad you said something. Just realized I got followed by a fake 68J account on X. Now, guys, this is important because I've had several people get followed by somebody in being acting like they're me and they're not. So just be careful, guys. There's again, we have a star bar name. If you go over here, I'll show you. I'll give you guys an example real quick. Let's see here. At James _ 68J, and then okay, so you can obviously see my deal, but if you just put another Y there, right? I don't know why it's not pulling up live, but that's a fake account. There's a lot of them. So I've been asking people to, these guys have me blocked anyway. So please be careful, guys. Please be careful. I will never ask you for anything. Nobody from our community will ever ask you for anything. So please, please, please be careful.
Yeah, I think I have 2 or 3 of them following me. I just look for the blue check mark and the 589 because I know you maintain that 589 in the following.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Smart man. And then also look at who I'm following. Who we're almost at 13,000 followers right now. Literally, I think yesterday I looked up, it was 13,000, so it's kind of fluctuating. I must be like right at 12.99, whatever. And then shouts out to Lorette. Lorette says, "What up, Jay? I bought tickets for your party in Vegas, man. I'm so stinking excited, Lorette. We're gonna have an amazing time, guys. Make sure you guys go over and get your XRP Las Vegas meetup tickets, guys. Star-studded lineup. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be incredible. Okay, let's move on, guys.
Cheers to Lorette, fellow Patriots fan. Thanks. That's awesome, buddy. I know we're terrible, but we're gonna start getting better.
The Patriots, hey man, it's crazy how all these teams, man. Like you look back a few years, they were a dynasty. They had the go to football, and then you turn around and we've been living that still with the Cowboys. We haven't had our moment again. The Raiders haven't had their moment again. And then you see these teams that are rising that were just not so weren't that good, and now they're the Eagles are great now, and all these other teams. So it happened. We all go through those cycles there. So
I think we finally found our quarterback. So we have that one key piece. We got a rookie, Drake May. He looks really good.
Yeah, that dude's nice. That dude is real nice. All right, guys, let's keep it going. Sunday Funday with your boy James, aka 68J, and my co-host Nest Force. Guys, we're gonna have a hell of a show. We got a lot to talk about. Let's keep it going. Steve Jobs had a high school GPA of 2.65. Now, I don't know if that shocked you, Nest Force, but I put up here, I said, few understand this about brilliant minds. And it's so funny, as I come up, as I came up through the ranks in life, and obviously I've come from welfare, I come from humble beginnings, but as I started, being in business, getting into money, those type of things, playing the celebrity games, all these different things, or having people that I knew who were business owners as well. The one thing that you find, the common denominator, I have friends right now who don't read very well. They speak very well, but they don't read or write very well. And they're multi-millionaires. And it's crazy that you listen to a lot of these guys and you pick their brains. School wasn't for him. I'm not saying anything bad, but does that shock you that he had a 2.65 GPA?
No, not at all. You know, a GPA is one of many metrics to measure, you know, somebody's ability. You know, God blesses people with different abilities, and you know, some people are weak in some areas, some people are strong in some areas. That doesn't surprise me at all. You know, you can be a successful entrepreneur and you know, not be good at spelling or not be particularly good at math, but you know, you might have just great personality, whatever it is. But no, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. One time, you know, and again, nothing against school. All my kids are school. Matter of fact, we're getting ready to go to my doctor's, my daughter's doctorate program. We've got all of our kids in college and doing, you know, great things. But yeah, I mean, it definitely doesn't, determine your success, and taking nothing away from it. But I've got friends now that, you know, I've gone to their house. They got beautiful, like almost like mansions. They got all these beautiful cars. And then, you know, one time, my buddy, I was in his office and I looked at something he had wrote. I was like, bro, what the hell is this? You know, but we grew up together. So I've known him since high school, and he has to spell check everything. But the guy's got more money than, you know, than most. It's crazy. All right, let's keep it going. Let's see what else we got to talk about here. So yeah, thanks a lot with that, guys. Please be aware of the fake accounts. Okay, next we have Elon's simple question hit Senator. What? Now I don't know if you saw this, and I don't pull it up here. Elon's simple question hit Senator. What did you get done last week? So I guess this senator got a little bit mouthy here. Senator Tina Smith. And man, I don't know as far as I don't typically hear senators, especially female senators, talk like this. It says, she said to Elon, this is the ultimate dick boss move from Elon, except he isn't even the boss. He's just a dick. Wow. And so Elon comes back to it. I mean, they're ruffling some feathers, brother. He says, consistent with President real Donald Trump's instruction, all federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they actually got done this week. They're questioning people's jobs, Force. They're trying to question people, why are you getting paid this? I mean, they even going as far as like, how's your salary? $200,000 and you're worth, 50, 60, so many people, $100 million, $200 million. And so after her comment, Elon wrote back to her again, hey, again, what did you get done this week? It's just fun. I don't know what you think about that, man. That's crazy. They're questioning people's, like, what are you doing? That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Elon's doing a great job. And if you look at like what he did with Twitter, he's essentially just doing that with the federal government. Now, we all know our senators and Congress people get kickbacks, right, and he's getting in the way with that. So of course they're going to have a tantrum about it.
Man, I mean, people are getting pissed. I mean, he's questioning, like, if you look at that list that Doge is starting to question it. And here's what I think I love about it, and as far as I want your feedback on that. They're going to ask X, and they're asking people what they think. Do you think we should investigate the SEC? Do you think we should ask Elizabeth Warren where she got all that money? Do you think we should question Cynthia Lummis? Do you think we should ask Janet Yellen why she's working? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think a lot of those guys out there are shaking their boots right now.
Yeah, and it really amplifies the idea that our representatives do a poor job representing us, because the sentiment on these votes on Twitter are not what our representatives would do, right?
Right.
So going to the Twitter votes, it's almost like a direct democracy, which I'm not necessarily a huge fan of in all applications, but in this case, it shows the difference between what our representatives would do and what the public actually wants.
Right. No, that's spot on. I like this right here by Paul Barron. We're going to listen to this real quick, 52 seconds. He says, faster, cheaper, better. Ripple is about to replace. He says, is Ripple about to replace Swift? I don't know if that's the case or it's going to be working with it, but either way, he makes a very good point. Here's a quote that I caught out of this video before I showed this. He says, quote, not many companies are mentioned in the Faster Payments Task Force participants list, but Ripple is. This is pretty amazing. Let's check it out.
Is very intriguing. One other area I want to take a look at is the Faster Payments Council. This is a government entity out there. And when you go in and look in and dig into their board and the members, we have somebody else showing up. This is James Selleck, also on Ripple. So tied into Faster Payments. You look further into, this was the Federal Reserve document that goes into the Faster Payments Task Force participants. And I'll zoom in on that. There's Ryan Zangone. He is, of course, also with Ripple. We haven't seen a ton of companies that are in the blockchain space in here, but Ripple is there. So again, more tied into faster payments. Remember, Ripple is cornerstone of where Swift was over the past 35 years. Ripple is kind of that new potential of being able to move money around the world. Could they go down to the retail level and get into this is the question.
Wow.
Is very intriguing.
That's pretty big, man. Your thoughts on that, man? I mean, the fact that he's mentioning that Ripple's one of the very few companies that are a part of that. To me, that's huge. Your thoughts on that, brother?
Ripple has their foot in the right doors,
Man.
right? Now, you could say what you want about the tech. Maybe they'll have to upgrade it to handle the transactions when things really take off. But the partnerships, the NDAs, everything, again, they have the right social links, the right people, on the team, and just who they're involved with. That's where the value is, in my opinion.
No, I agree with you. And, I think if there's anybody who understands what they need to do, trust me when I tell you, it's Ripple. They're not reactive. They're definitely proactive. Even with all the chaos and crap that they were dealing with the SEC and all the, Operation Choke Point 2.0 and the war against crypto here in the United States, they continuously were proactive instead of reactive. And that's one of the things that I love about them. And I think that's why they put themselves in such a phenomenal position. Laurette says, do you think the SEC will speed up XRP ETFs now that Brazil has already approved XRP ETFs? My personal opinion, absolutely. I mean, look, if we're going to be at the forefront of this thing, that's for us. If we're tired of being left behind or tired of not leading the way, and that's Trump's mission, I just think what a lot of people don't realize is that he has a whole lot. Like what we heard, those of us in crypto, we heard he's going to make America the crypto capital of the world. But that's a small fraction. Even though it's a big thing, it's a small fraction of what this guy has in front of him right now. But I definitely think with the pressure of what's happening around other countries with the ETFs, with even certain countries, making certain cryptos part of their strategic reserve and things like that, I think that definitely is going to have, probably pressure a little action from those here in the United States. And I think Trump has the right people in place for that. Your thoughts?
I agree 100%. We can't let Brazil beat us to it. You know how Trump is. He's not good. He doesn't want to let that happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think what's so awesome about that, when you look at that statement that Laurette said, this kind of tells it all, guys. I mean, when you look at Brad Garlinghouse here and him reposting this in Spanish, I guess, from where it was posted, I mean, he's all over it, right? The ETF being launched in Brazil. And then I think one of the things that was really exciting, and I know we haven't really talked too much about this. And also, by the way, shouts out to the 2,600 people that are watching live right now on X. Shouts out to you guys. Appreciate you guys made your way. Make sure you guys go over to my X page is at James_68J to check out everything that we're talking about. Also hit the like, comment, follow, all that good stuff. And make sure you guys, if you go to Las Vegas, you subscribe or you get your ticket for our XRP Las Vegas meetup. Now, with that being said, also, I want you to, kind of comment on this. How important was this? I don't know about you, but I got really excited in S-Force when I saw that, because it's kind of like one of those things when I saw the post about Trump. I think it was like Truth Social, that he made a post, and I was like, okay, well, why did he make a post there, not on X? So I was kind of questioning whether or not it was actually valid. And then I saw other major people that either commented on it or reposted it, and one of them being Brad Garlinghouse. Your thoughts on that?
Awesome. I think he's trying to let everybody know what's going on behind the scenes with that. And he tends to favor Truth Social because it's his platform. I know for a long time he wasn't even posting on X.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't like not under Elon. I don't know if it was under Elon, but at some point wasn't Trump's account banned or something on X?
Yeah. I think right after the whole January 6th thing, they used that as a reason to justify getting rid of him. That was when Jack Dorsey still owned it, and he was buddy with the other group of people.
Gotcha.
That's my very brief, quick understanding of that.
Right. So, I kind of like what you just said, because it's kind of like Trump's way of saying, and look, these guys are on X, man. They're on Truth Social. They see what America wants. They see what the American people are saying, and to even mention that twice on Truth Social, it's almost kind of like, hey guys, calm down. We know, we still got America first. We understand who Ripple is. We've met with them 4 times. We had a little beef bourgeon. Hey, and so you post that a couple of times. It's like, hey, we got you. It's almost like a reminder to the people, like, calm down. I know what's going on, because a lot of people like Trump, Ripple, Trump, XRP. So I thought it was kind of cool that he posted it and that Brad actually retweeted it.
And you got to understand, like, we're in our crypto bubble. Like, we just want to hear Trump talk about crypto all day. He's fighting the swamp right now. He's cleaning up some of the biggest corruption in the entire world. Like, that's a little bit higher on his totem pole. Crypto will come. Just be patient, guys.
Yeah. No, I love that, man. You just kind of reiterated what I just said just a moment ago, which is, he's got a lot on his table right now, and it's not just crypto, but it's going to happen. We're going to move on here. It says, now this is kind of funny here. I don't know. This is, I wasn't even going to read it. It says, I don't even know where they get this data. It says 4.8 billion people own mobile phones, whereas only 4.2 billion own a toothbrush. Like, how the hell do you know who owns a toothbrush? Sales? I mean, that's kind of weird. I don't know if that was this company typically only posts facts, so that's kind of funny. I don't know. We'll skip that one. All right, here we go. Mel Gibson. It says exposing the elites. Elizabeth Warren's annual salary is $285,000. Elizabeth Warren's net worth is $80 million. Should Doge and the FBI investigate? I said 2 words. Hell yeah. Your thoughts on that, Nessforce?
Agree 100%. I'm in Massachusetts, so she is one of our senators, sadly. Yeah, I would love to see her investigated. And if there's anything fraudulent, you know what? For any of these politicians, I want to see asset forfeiture and the money given back to the people, because that's what should really happen.
Yeah. You know, it's so crazy because, man, I was really pushing for John Deaton. I mean, just for so many reasons. Not only, I met the guy last event. I met him like 2 years ago at XRP Las Vegas. And then last year, he actually gave me his business card. I'm supposed to be having him on the show. We just got to make that happen. But just super cool guy. And then a story about welfare and struggle and a lot of the same things as far as being on welfare, being poor. I can relate to that. And so, but just such a great dude, man, doing everything for the right reasons, full of integrity, never sacrifices his integrity for growth and all that kind of stuff. So has done a lot of pro bono work for the community. I was really hoping to see him win that, man. I really was. And
he was fighting an uphill battle. I mean, Massachusetts is such a solid blue state, but I'll say this, in the presidential vote, my home state's like surprised the hell out of me. We were the second largest swing Republican, despite the fact that Trump didn't win Massachusetts. Florida was the largest swing from the prior election, and Massachusetts was number 2. I was like, okay, apparently Massachusetts is based, and like there's a slim chance we could become a swing state, actually.
Wow, that'd be crazy. I mean, I think the Trump effect is, and I'm gonna touch on this just for a second, because I think a lot of people, Nessforce, and I want to get your opinion on this. When you heard, I don't know if you saw the sit down with Elon, the podcast with Elon and Trump, and also Elon and Joe Rogan. And they were both talking about how prior to this election, they normally are Democrats, right? I think a lot of people, and a lot of us, especially people from the poor community, we were always brainwashed that the Democrats were always looking out for the little people. They're doing what's in the best interest for the little people. And we got, that just went on generations from generations, like, oh my God, the Democrats love us. They're going to do everything for us. And then you start finding out, no, they've been padding their pockets. They've been lying. They've been stealing. It's just all this corruption that now, and to hear Elon, I think that was a really big moment. And even before that, I was a Trump fan, man, from The Apprentice, way before that, way back before that. But I think that was a big deal for me to see them say, you know what? It's not about Republican and Democrat. It's about doing the right thing. It's about making this country great again. And I think for me as a husband and as a father who's raised 6 kids already, thank God they're all pretty much, except for one, are on their own. I think for me, it was the whole wokeism, all the stuff it just felt like a dark cloud over this country. And from the moment, I'm telling you, brother, I want to get your comment, but from the moment that they announced, not even when he took off, the moment that they said he was in the lead and he was winning. I mean, and the fact that then it was announced that he won, it was just like, I felt like I could walk outside and just breathe better. It was just crazy, brother. Your comments on that.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. So first of all, about the whole Democrats are the good guys thing, I actually had my history teacher in high school say that to me. When we were talking about politics, that's part of the history classes. You learn about the parties, etc., checks and balances. And he said, yeah, the Democrats are the good guys. So I think that was part of the education system. A lot of teachers tend to lean that direction, and if you haven't noticed, a majority of the media, the mass media, like your NBC, CBS, etc., there's a majority leans Democrat. Now, as far as people like Elon, even Trump, Joe Rogan, their values haven't changed. The party has changed, right? Joe Rogan's still the same guy he was 10 years ago, saying the same things. Tim Pool's another example, considers himself a centrist, but by current modern leftist Democrat standards, they're right-wing lunatics, right? So the Overton window, as they call it, has shifted. And there's very much like a volatility to how they handle this. It's like, if you're not for us, you're against us, and we hate you. And there's I don't know. I get nasty DMs from people on Facebook. I don't know if they're bots or not, just for saying, hey, I'm glad Trump won. And they're like, I hope he dies and you die with him. And, it's I don't want to say too much on YouTube here. You got to avoid certain words. But, and as far as when Trump won in 2016, that was actually on my birthday. That was my 32nd birthday, if I remember correctly, when he won. And I was convinced it was impossible for him to win. I was like, our elections are rigged. Hillary Clinton's going to win. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yep.
Right. And then I woke up the next day and same feeling. It was like this breath of fresh air. I'm like, I can trust the voting system. Like, maybe the world isn't so terrible. You know, it was such a relief that just an outsider won. Not even that it was necessarily Trump, but somebody who wasn't a career politician was our president. That was a very big deal.
Yeah. And I think it shocked everyone. And I think that they made sure it didn't happen again the next time, which is what Trump keeps saying.
2020 was definitely suspicious. I'll say that much. Yeah.
Absolutely. And, you know, going back to what you said, you know, I think for me, as I see all these things that the Department of Government Efficiency is uncovering, and Elon and Trump's pursuit of making America great again, I think what it is, it's just refreshing. You know, as an American who's paid my taxes and owned businesses, you know, for 28 years throughout, you know, California, which I'm now in Vegas. But, you know, you just get used to being dictated to. You know, we're told what happened or what's going to happen. And in some weird way, we feel less than. You know, sometimes, you know, politicians can make you feel inadequate or less than. And then you find out, especially what's going on now, guys, you're no different than some of these guys. I mean, you're mad because someone doesn't show that they got $600 in Cash App, or someone sent them $500 in Venmo, and you're ready to freaking, you know, like either penalize them or threaten to take their license or put them in jail if they don't file that tax. And you guys are still in millions. So I think for me, the big eye opener is that these guys are some of the biggest crooks and criminals ever, hypocrites to the fullest. And I don't know if I'd be right by saying I'm enjoying this, but I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying seeing these guys pay for you know, being full of shikaka, if you will. And I have to say it that way, by the way, guys. Let me stop. That's a great segue into our but no, I mean, it really I feel like it's almost gratifying. It's vindicated. You know, like real justice is being served, right? You're not above the law. You're not better than anyone else. Matter of fact, you're worse than some of the people. I mean, you think about what they did to Martha Stewart. You know, you think about, and I'm not saying what she did is wrong or right, but I mean, they're so fast to throw somebody in jail or under the bus, and yet they're all doing the same damn thing, but they just feel like they're above the law until now. Your thoughts on that, brother?
I know how much you hate bullies, right? And we're finally seeing the bullies get a taste of their own medicine, that two-tier justice system you just talked about. Well, now you have one of the most intelligent men on the planet with a team of super geniuses all investigating you. How do you like it?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And, you know, you see people like this, man, who she really stuck her fist. She really just took a knife and was just poking on the backs of everybody in the crypto community, especially here in the United States. And you know, obviously using her puppet. I call her the puppet master, her puppet, Gary Gensler. And now to see that he's gone and no one cares and you know, justice is being served. And then to turn back around to people like this who fought her way back in office. Well, guess what? You know, I saw somebody the other day, she made a post about something. They said, hey, maybe you should have let John Deaton win because you got a whole lot to answer for right now. So, but yeah, I mean, how do people, does she have a strong support system in Massachusetts?
I would say yes. Now, I happen to live in a Republican county because I'm in one of the smaller towns out here, but the sentiment you get when you're in the cities is yes. Now, the cities look like hell, so I don't understand why. Like, keep voting Democrat, guys. It's going great. And as far as, yeah, she should have walked away because she would have walked away rich and probably not gotten investigated. So she's probably in a very tough position, and her actions demonstrate where her allegiances are. Big pharma, the financial sector, you know, that's probably, if I had to take a guess, which I don't like to guess at things, but if I had to, that's where the kickbacks are coming from.
Well, and here's the thing, as far as these people can't hide behind the law, the government, or even those big farmers and people that help pad their pocket because they're all being investigated. So it's like nowhere to hide, man. And like I said, I'm loving every bit of it. Selmo Fudd is someone that I got a lot of respect for in the community. Been a big supporter of the channel. By the way, also shouts out to Anthony Wanner. 17 months as a member. Well, Anthony Wanner's original account was actually I think shut down or something like that. So Anthony Wanner's been with me from day one. I've been around again since 2017, but I started this channel about 2 years and 3 months ago, and Anthony Wanner's been with me for day one. So shouts out to Anthony Wanner and all the amazing members. By the way, guys, I know a lot of you guys want to be mods, and I just got to get some time in my schedule to get with David and Josh, two of our head ambassadors with Chicago and with the Crypto4Life family, to help me do that, because I'm really not that tech as far as like adding people. I'm probably sure I could do it, but I need to get those guys to help me do it. So I'll make sure I do that. Now, I don't know. Do you know a lot about PI? I guess Selmo Fudd said, can PI make you a millionaire? I'm not really sure too much about that project. Have you followed that project very close?
It depends on which Pi he's talking about. If it's the Pi that was out of Stanford, that was one, there was an app going around where you could mine the Pi.
Okay.
And you could have like up to, I think, 4 other friends. I was actually mining it for a while, and the symbol was like a purple with the actual pi, like the 3.14 math symbol.
Yeah.
If that's the one he's talking about, I'm aware of it. I mean, I can't speculate on what the value is. I know I have a couple hundred sitting on my old phone, so I hope it moons, because I'd love to turn that in.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. There's multiple Pis. That's the most popular one.
He said that's the one. That's what he's talking about.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if they, for a while, like on Bitmart, for example, you could buy and sell Pi, but you couldn't bring any in. So it was kind of like enclosed ecosystems within the exchanges, because the people like me who are mining it for 2 years are going to come in and destroy the price. So I don't know how they're going to handle that, because I'm assuming there's a lot of coins or tokens. I'm not sure if it's a blockchain or not, floating around out there with people who mined it, and they're going to come in and probably demolish the price for a little while, unless they have a plan set up. I don't know if they have liquidity sitting somewhere.
Okay.
So I hope it does well, but as far as if it will, I have no idea.
Well, I'm glad you know more about it than I do, brother, because I had a good friend of mine from Hawaii. Shouts out to Jordan. Jordan, if you're watching right now, shouts out to you, brother. I'm definitely going to be calling you back. When me and my wife left California, we went to Hawaii for a year. And met and hung out, used to play ball with Jordan out there at the parks in Hawaii. And he asked me about PI, and I didn't know how to answer it. So I was trying to wait to get some information, but I'm glad you're able to do that. We're going to go ahead and move on, guys. Let's see here. It says, when you share what you have, it magically comes back to you manyfold. And it's not just about money. So when you share what you have, guys, it'll come back to you many times over. I do believe that. I've always been a big giver. It's something my mom told me, talked to me about. And sometimes it's not just about money; it's your time. Sometimes people just want to be heard. Sometimes it's great. The biggest thing you can do is listen to someone. So I definitely feel that. Shouts out to the 3,100 plus people that are watching right now. Nerosaurus, how would you comment on that?
That's my personal dream. It's not about me. It's about the people around me, the people I love. It's the C4L family. Like, I wish I was worth $10 million right now. I'd be doing giveaways in your chat, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I get a rush out of that more so than making money. Like, the whole potential of making money is to do nice things for other people. That's going to be the most rewarding action you can take with that, in my opinion. Yeah. Again, I've never been there. I know there's a lot of responsibility. And there's always those people who are going to be your best friend when you're doing well and not there for you, you know?
Yeah, man.
But that's my dream is I really want to actually start farming and produce as much high quality food as I can. I think, food issues are a big problem in the world, and I want to contribute as much as I can to help solve that problem.
Now, since you brought that up, I'm going to talk about something I'm really excited about. And I know there's some things out there now. I was talking to, shouts out to my man, Mr. Aquaman. Shouts out to all those guys that are taking part in like different yielding. That's something I'm really excited about. I know it's a little bit different than what you're saying, but that's a big thing for me. Like a long time ago, I talked about, I want to be one of the first shows when XRP and some of these assets get to a certain price to give away a car or some type of vehicle once a month for 12 months. That's just my dream. It's been my dream. If you go back to my stream, I've been saying it for since damn near I started. That's something, and also giving back. If you guys go back to our Crypto4Life channel, and let me actually just put this up before we continue on. It's if I can put this up here. It's let's see, where's it at? Crypto4Life with your boy James, aka 68J. If you guys go back and is it pulling it up here? Let's see here. There you go. If you guys go to our channel, okay, and check out, we've got just an incredible platform, guys. A Rolodex of phenomenal information. And we've got some of the most brilliant minds, in all of crypto. We've done some phenomenal interviews. But one of the things that we talked about early on, let me close this out here. One of the things that we did when we first started the show, Nest Force, is we were doing giveaways, right? We did a lot of giveaways. We sent money back to Africa, Nigeria. We had doctors and stuff like that. the money that we were sending, it was actually out of my pocket. We were so new to the show, you know, as far as the community, we weren't even monetized back then, but we were sending money back to help, you know, with medication, buying children clothes. So if you guys get a chance, we've got, I think, I know it's over 1,000 videos now, like 1.2, 1.1 videos. We've 25,000 subscribers, guys. Again, they shut my channel down a few times, so that's kind of messed with our momentum a few times actually, and you know, shadow ban. But if you guys go back, you'll see that we've done a lot of giveaways in this. And I'm not saying that to try to impress anyone, to just say, you know, that's really the best way. And I think that's why myself, my wife, and even this channel has been so blessed, guys, because we've done things the right way. If you guys get a chance, I was trying to go back and show you guys some videos you guys can go see. We were doing giveaways several times a week. We were sending money back to different countries that have, like I said, children being clothed in poor areas. Me and my wife, one of the things that we would do, and we want to continue to do henceforth, is go out to different countries, build orphanages, feed kids, you know, clothe kids and stuff like that. So that's something that we've done. My wife is actually on here now. It's one of the greatest things we've ever been a part of. There's a young man here. This has got 2 years ago when we first started out. We were sending. We had asked some coaches in a certain part of California, you know, if they could like lead us to any kids that maybe were in need. There was a young man who his situation was so bad at home, as far as his living situation, his clothes, you know, his hair, his grooming, that he was embarrassed to go to school. Me and my wife went out and we videotaped the whole thing live. We sent money. We took him shopping. Met his parents. It was absolutely incredible. This right here is the money we sent to Dr. Christian Damboy in Nigeria. So this is something that's, I'm saying this because you brought it up, which is, this is something that's always been real close to our hearts. And so, yeah, definitely appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and welcome to our family. Now, with that being said, NestForce, let's get back into some more news. Also, shouts out to the almost 3,300 people watching live. Appreciate you guys in a major way. Now, this is from Digital Asset Investor. He says, the Ripple case can end at any time. It's been 4 years. I can't imagine being dumb enough, God, not to own XRP. That's a pretty strong statement right there. Oh, gosh. Let me see what it says. It says, this is some stuff talking about the estimate price levels of XRP and where it could go. But that's a pretty strong statement. But, you know, DAI is a very respected person in this community. Again, that's kind of funny. It's been 4 years. I can't imagine being dumb enough not to hold XRP. And I think what he's saying is that if you really understand where we're at right now, NestForce, how could you not hold this asset? If you really understand the utility, you know, this asset that for a while was picked on as, you know, as much as it was, it, you know, had the lawsuit against the SEC, fell down to number 6, stayed there for 3.5 years, never really below that. I mean, I think it was like 6, 7. And now, even without the lawsuit being fully over, and with another 9 or 10 things like ETFs, the case getting dismissed, 1,700 NDAs, strategic reserve, no capital gains tax, Ripple IP, all these different things going on, that's in XRP's future at number 3. Would you say that that statement is pretty on point?
Yeah, I mean, you never know what's going to happen, right? Sometimes you get that buy the rumor, sell the news type of situation where, like, if the case gets completed and are thrown out or whatever it is, some people might sell off because there's going to be that little pump there. But long term, like you said, it's the #1 U.S. crypto, and U.S. crypto is really about to pop off. I don't like to give any financial advice. I don't believe in anything being guaranteed, but it sure as hell looks good.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that was a great comment. You know, I don't know if I'd have said stupid, but, you know, I get what he was talking about. Failure. It says failure teaches more than success. Don't allow it to hinder you. Instead, let it shape your character. Comments on that, brother?
100%. Talk to any successful entrepreneur. They failed many more times than they succeeded, right? That's, how can I say this? No education is free. So your failures are that education. You're investing your time, your money, but you don't lose until you give up.
No, I love that. I love it. And I actually agree with you wholeheartedly. Smoke. I don't know if you guys check out Smoke. I love Smoke. He's phenomenal. The documentation and the information that he shares is on point. One of the things I really like about Smoke a lot is that not only does he post things in NestForce, he follows it with documentation. I always say documentation beats conversation, or any type of hype or shilling every day of the week. Right here, he puts, check out this video and these 3 documents for a respectful rebuttal to the claim that ISO 20022 has nothing to do with XRP. Spoiler, XRP is closely tied to ISO 2022. And he actually have 3 different documents here that you can actually go and read. But let's check out this video. It's about a minute, and it looks like a minute and 38 seconds. Let's check it out.
High care. In today's payment world, the standards are really different around the world. So if you're using the SWIFT system or TIPS in Europe or Fed in US, you follow a different protocol. In addition, the data that you can transfer, the richness of that data is really limited. So what you get is a bunch of closed networks that don't speak to each other, and unstructured data that's opaque. So there's a lot of manual intervention and ultimately a really poor payment experience. With ISO 20022, these problems will be solved. So ISO 20022 is a global standard for financial information exchange. This enables interoperability between different systems, straight-through processing of payments, and rich data transfer. And it'll also foster competition because it's open and flexible. At Ripple, we've been aligned with ISO 20022 from day one. We've always recognized that this is the direction of payments and it'll be better for everyone. And we were really a first mover on that front. We've also joined the standard body to help contribute to how payments will shape in the future. Going back to your point around security, Ripple's also really committed to the highest standards in safety, privacy, and security. And a testament to this is that we have our SOC 2 certification. For those not very familiar with SOC 2 reports give really valuable information about an organization's security capabilities. So each of their customers and users can have confidence in that service, which means that anyone using Ripple's solution knows that we adhere to the most modern security and privacy standards. And in line with that, we've also received our SOC 2 Type 2 report. So not only do we have the policies and processes in place around various criteria related to security, availability, and the integrity of the system, but also that we've been doing so consistently for a period of time.
Thoughts on that, Nesforce?
So Ripple, as far as I understand, has done everything they can to be as compliant as possible. The big problem being that there was no regulatory framework, right? So they were trying as much as they could to be legitimate and compliant with what they thought the SEC wanted. And I think a lot of the information she spit out is just a reiteration of that.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, definitely exciting times with everything that's going on. Guys, also, I'm going to have you guys do me a huge personal favor. I know there's now 3,400 people that are here. I'm so excited, and I'm sure Nesforce is as well. Welcome. Appreciate you guys in a major way. Now, what I'm going to ask you guys to do is do me a huge personal favor for any of you guys that plan on coming to Las Vegas. If you plan on coming to Las Vegas, guys, you have to come out and check out May 31st. It doesn't interfere with anything that's going on. Matter of fact, there's events going on every day of that week: Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday evening between 8 p.m. and 1 a.m. We're going to have an amazing, epic Las Vegas meetup featuring Mikkel, the one and only, Linda P. Jones, an award-winning author, Zach Rector, CKJ, Molly Elmore, Jake Claver, Ray Fuentes, myself, special music from Crypto Tales. We also got a confirmation that Eleanor Terrett will be coming by. Possibility that the Good Morning Crypto Show members like Coach JV and Johnny Crypto and Abs and those guys may be stopping by as well, depending on how their dinner and everything goes with their guys. Paul Barron, Metal Lawman, Aquaman, Versan from Black Swan Capitalist, Echo if he comes into town. So there's so many people, and we're going to have cameras there where the whole event is going to be streamed live, so you can actually share this with people back home and in your communities. Guys, I am so doggone excited. Nesforce, would you say that's a hell of an event we're putting together, brother?
100%. I'm excited to see Crypto Tales perform live, man.
He's a beast. I mean, the first time I met that guy, and I've been around a lot of big time people, a lot of performers, obviously playing in celebrity games and having a lot of friends in that space. But Tell is a professional in what he does. He's got a phenomenal stage presence. And, I might be a little biased because I play his song each and every day, Stack It Up. But phenomenal guy. That's one of my favorite songs ever. So shouts out to Crypto Tales. Now, let's go ahead and move forward here. Let me go back here. Let's see. Next thing, it says, now, I saw this from XRP Crypto Wolf. I want to get your opinion on this. He says, XRP holders deserve an apology. XRP holders deserve an apology from the SEC for all the, he put bull, they went through. My comment to that was, or just drop the case and refund the legal fees back to Ripple. I'm good with that. Oh, and make XRP part of the U.S. Strategic Reserve. That should do it. Any thoughts on that?
Well, you're certainly going to get the strategic reserve. I don't think you're going to be getting an apology from the SEC. They have a very terrible track record in that regard. It's just being honorable and fair to people. But again, maybe the sentiment's going to shift at the SEC depending on who's running it. Is Gary officially gone at this point?
Oh, he's out. No, he's gone. Okay. Right now, the current active chairman is Mark Ueda. And then there with him as well is Hester Pierce. But the new person, which I think is Paul Atkins, he doesn't get sworn in until, is it either March? I think it's March or something like that. And then obviously we have the big case, the court date for Ripple coming in April. A lot of people, and I don't want to get too far on this, but I won't name names. How about that? But a lot of the big players in this industry, big name people, right? I'm not talking about just, my friend, but like really big major people and influencers in the space, and even talk to some people from the legal aspect. And you heard Jeremy Hogan say it. I think, who was it? Alex Cobb made a comment on one of Jeremy Hogan's deal, and he says, do you expect, because of what happened with Coinbase, which a lot of people were going to get to that, we haven't gotten there yet, with the SEC dismissing that case, and now also NFT platform OpenSea, a lot of people are optimistic that the Ripple case will be short following. Now, there's some people who speculate in S-Force that the reason it's taken a little longer because it's a little bit more tedious as far as that, and the fact that Judge Annalisa Torres also has a ruling in regard to that $125 million settlement. So, there's some different variables that people are trying to figure out how it's going to play out. But I do think, and I've seen, like I said, Jeremy Hogan and many others say that they don't think this thing is going to last up until the court date of April. It will either get settled or dismissed. Your thoughts on that?
So it sounds to me like the new head of the SEC, was it Paul Atkins, you said?
Paul Atkins, yeah, that's his name.
That's going to be the turning point right there, because obviously that person's been chosen because they're in congruent with what Trump wants to do, right? So you'll probably see a huge shift then. And now at that point, you might just get your apology.
Let me ask you this. So there was a comment on, I want to say, Jeremy Hogan's post about, he said, soon, very soon, right? And I also saw where someone said, I think it was blockchain. No, not blockchain backer. It was somebody that made a comment, days and weeks, not months and years. I know Brad had talked about that as well, but it wasn't pertaining to the actual dismissal or the settlement. One of the things that I was kind of rolling around in my head in S-Force is it seems like they're not waiting for, because someone, I think it was ex-finance bull, says Ueda will lead the regulator, which is the SEC, until June 5th, 2026, when permanent Paul Atkins. I didn't know it was going to take that long for him to come in. Now, I don't know if that's adequate or not, or maybe it is. I don't know. I thought it was this year. I could be wrong, and ex-finance bull could be right. But regardless if it's this year or next year, it doesn't seem like they're waiting for him to come in. It seems like they're trying to clean house now. Now, this could be for a couple reasons. One, they're getting pressure from the Trump administration. And here's the thing, man. I don't know about you, but if I'm taking over something, NetForce, I don't want to wear the same dirty socks. I don't want to be in the same dirty building with the same dark cloud over me that Gary Gensler has put over the SEC. So I think Mark Ueda, we know that he was pro crypto. He actually made a stance before Gary was actually gone, saying that some of the things that the SEC was doing was unconstitutional and not right. He actually said this in front of a hearing, that he didn't agree with a lot of things that was going on. I think he called it they're bullies. So obviously this is his chance, being that he's been a part of the SEC, and so has Hester Pierce, where they had to follow Gary Gensler, and not because this small guy with the small guy complex was anything big, but there was bigger powers above him that they all had to kind of, listen to and abide by. Their way of thinking. And now that Biden's gone, and now that Warren really doesn't have the kind of power or the stronghold she had over the SEC, I think that's why we're starting to see things like the Coinbase case dismiss, OpenSea dismiss, and a possibility that could even trickle down towards a Ripple and SEC case. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you make a good point about that particularly like Doge coming in and really trying to audit everything and see who's being manipulated by the big players, right? You're always going to suspect like a Goldman Sachs or a BlackRock or maybe the Federal Reserve, whoever it is. There's somebody above the Gary Genslers and the Elizabeth Warrens that are manipulating them in a certain direction. Okay. So I guess based on that, you could definitely say that you need to clean up the swamp before anything else can happen, right? Because those puppet masters, all we see is the puppets, but those puppet masters are really the issue.
And, not only to your point of what you just said, but there's talks from Department of Government Efficiency and Elon that they may go and investigate the SEC. So, it's kind of like I gave an analogy on yesterday's stream. If you guys didn't get a chance to see it, go check us out, Crypto4Life, where I said that it's almost like when the teacher says your mom's coming down, and you're like, and you're in school and you stand up straight in your chair, you're scared as hell. I mean, the whole day you're just on your best behavior. And I think that's kind of what's happening. I'm not saying that is or that's not the case. I just think that they realize that Trump's not playing. They realize that they're going to come down hard. The Department of Government Efficiency is not going to stop with just these crooked politicians. It's going to go to if they're going to do this to the CIA, to the FBI now under Patel. I can't think of his name right now.
Kash Patel.
Kash Patel.
Yeah.
And now you see the IRS. I mean, they fired thousands. I think it was like 15,000 people they're going to be lost. So they're cleaning the house. This whole thing of taking advantage of taxpayers' money, showing them to work a couple days a month, that's over. And so as you see that, I think it's in the best interest of those who are good characters like Mark Ueda and Hester Pierce, who had showed their support for crypto, to make these corrections and to make sure that these things are fairly settled or dismissed. And, I just don't see how you can do that and not look at the biggest case, which is the Ripple case.
Yeah. So like we said earlier, to us, that's the biggest thing in the world, right? Because we're crypto people.
Yeah.
But the Doge has bigger fish to fry. And I think the SEC stuff and the XRP stuff will come, but they have bigger fish to fry. So it's just a matter of being patient.
No, and I agree. I agree with that point. But my point was, if you're dismissing cases in the United States about how U.S. companies have been mistreated, right? Mm-hmm. Thus being Coinbase, thus being OpenSea, it's kind of like, I don't know if you heard that long, I'm not going to go over it again, but that long comment that I posted about Brian Armstrong that got a lot of feedback. I spent the whole hour, I think it was yesterday morning. I literally was reposted, and I got so many people that were just so excited. And man, James, you nailed it. It was on point. And what I was basically saying is, Brian Armstrong came out and said, the SEC is going to dismiss this case, and we stood up and we fought for crypto. It could have been destroyed, but we stood up and we almost like he saved crypto. And we have deep pockets. No one has deep pockets like we did. We spent $50 million, and I got offended as someone who's an investor. I don't care about all this Doge and everything, but facts are facts. And if you sit up there and try to make it sound like your company was the one who fought the fight here in the United States, your company has gone through the Shawshank Redemption, if you will. Your company spent $50 million, brother. They have spent almost $200 million, and it's still ongoing for almost 4 years. So, my comment to that was like, look, the biggest thing that bothered me was not only what he said, but it's the integrity and the class of Brad Garlinghouse. Every time him and Stuart Already talk about the war on crypto or Operation Choke Point 2.0 here in the United States, or the companies like Debtbox and Library and these companies that have been put, they always mention Coinbase. They always mention other companies. Just like Brad came out, a couple weeks ago when all the Bitcoin maxis were saying XRP is crap and all these people were talking. He's, Brad, all this Bitcoin was going back and forth, and it's not healthy for crypto. And what did Brad do? He got up on X and said, what, guys, we need to stop this. We're all one big family. We're all one big community. He goes, I hold Bitcoin. I hold Ethereum. I hold other assets. So there's no reason to act that way. And I just, that class has continued to shine. And I was reminded of that when I looked at Brian Armstrong's, message about, we $50 million and we saved crypto, and crypto could have died if we didn't take us. And it's like, bro, really? Like, I mean, at no point do you have the wherewithal to say, you know what, shouts out the Ripple, shouts out to Brad and those guys for helping us fight this fight. It really kind of rubbed me the wrong way as an investor.
Yeah, I could see that. When I think about it, if I'm the federal government, right, if I'm part of the Trump administration, I don't know exactly what department would be responsible for this. And I'm thinking about creating a strategic crypto reserve with specifically American assets. I think I want to do that before somebody, the SEC gives clarification on what's going on with the legal case so that I can get in cheap, right? Because after that happens, it's probably moon time. Again, we never know for sure, but it probably is. So there may be some level of strategy there where, hey, we want to build up our reserves and then have this happen if we can have it our way.
Yeah. No, and it's funny that I think, and shouts out to Lorette, you're right, and Lizard King. But shouts out to Lorette. And that's one of the things that I wrote in that thing too. I said, it's funny because he was talking about when Brian Armstrong was talking, he was talking about this and how they supported this company and they supported this and they fought for everybody. And the first thing that came to my mind was like, you were one of the first people that delisted XRP during the worst time that this fight was going on. Instead of standing up like Uphold and saying, hey, it's like, let me kiss a little backside and hope that I get in good graces with the SEC. And guess what? It didn't work. They turned on you too. So no, shouts out in regards to that as well. Let's real quick, guys. Let's take a look at this here. And shouts out to the 3,700, almost 3,700 people watching live, guys. This is absolutely amazing on X. I appreciate you guys in a major way. All you guys that are on X, make sure that you guys go over to our Crypto4Life channel, become part of the family. We got a Rolodex of phenomenal information for you guys. Also, shouts out to my man. Appreciate you in a major way. KG is in the house with the super chat. Appreciate you. The greatest family on planet Earth. EARF. Lives are changing within the next 60 days. I do believe that's a fact, my brother. Appreciate you in a major way. Now, this is something from David Katz, Joe Katz. Institutional adoption is the key, is what I said. Let's listen into what he has to say just over a minute.
I feel like we really are on the cusp of a mass institutional adoption, both of DeFi and of other blockchain technologies. I think this is also like one of the key obstacles to mass retail adoption. A lot of people in the space previously thought that retail adoption was like the big wave, but I think institutional adoption is a precursor. You have to connect to where people are. You have to go to where the value is. You can't build a new financial system from zero, ignoring the existing financial system where everybody's money is, where all the value is, where the real world is, trillions of dollars in value. You can't just say, oh, forget about all that. Let's just build something new over here. It doesn't work. And so I think this wave of institutional adoption over the next year or two is going to be what's going to pave the way for mass retail adoption. And then we can deliver on those promises. Like, we all want to bank the unbanked, but like the unbanked, like they have to be able to spend their money to buy groceries and pay their phone bill. And so we have to have that institutional connectivity. And I don't think there are any obstacles. I think that's and I think this conference shows that.
Yeah, I like that. I like what he said on that. Your thoughts on that, Nest Force. And it's funny because your thoughts on that, what do you have to say?
So institutional adoption is obviously great because there's just a ridiculous amount of liquidity involved. Right. They do scare me a bit, though, to look at the other side of the coin, because very often once your BlackRocks or your Vanguards or whoever it is, these big players come in, they have so much control and so much money to move around that they can manipulate the market. And that's the only thing that really scares me about them. I kind of liked it when it was just retail in the Wild West in crypto, and I do think that's going to contribute to the 4-year cycle changing. Like we were saying earlier, we feel that this time's different, and it's most likely because of that institutional adoption. Now, again, it's great for XRP, but I hate the big dogs. I'm going to admit it. I think they're all evil, and they wouldn't be in the industry unless they could expose it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. But I think some of the ways or the tools in which XRP would be utilized by financial institutions is not going to. I think we talk about market cap, right? And we talk about what the price, how that affects the price. And I think that's, in many cases, becomes irrelevant when you start getting these trillions and trillions of dollars or these big institutions involved. And I think what they are going to use XRP for, and what they'll be holding and things like that, I think it won't be as in the same position as some of these assets that can be controlled by big companies and those who are trying to manipulate. You got to understand, these institutions aren't looking to manipulate or jump in for a profit and jump out. They're looking for a solution. And I think once that happens globally, and that XRP is utilized, I think at that point is where the value becomes where it becomes more valuable. And I don't think it'll be those microcell or anyone like that could come in, or BlackRocks that could really come in and try to manipulate, because it's almost like Bitcoin. When Bitcoin starts getting up to like 500,000, let's say 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 million, who's really going to be trying to play those games at that price point? So I just think at that point, even though people will trade to a certain extent, I think it'll be less and less volatile as the price increases. And I think big time for XRP.
So I want to ask you something that I've been thinking about for a long time with Bitcoin. Now, what happens when we get to the point where a vast majority of Bitcoin is not on exchanges, and therefore there's very little actual liquidity backing it in pairs? Does that turn into an issue?
Great question. I never thought of that.
It's kind of like when a meme coin starts up and you only have 10% of the supply circulating, but it's Bitcoin, so it'll probably be more sought after. But I'm wondering if the OTC market will make up the difference, or there'll be such a demand that it won't matter that the majority's not backed by liquidity. But you have so many people hodling. It just makes me wonder what happens. Like, okay, say everybody wants to liquidate all at once. That could be detrimental.
That could be crazy. And I don't know, have you seen all this stuff going on? I mean, again, I'm not trying to say he is or not, but have you seen, because we've heard at one point Elon was Satoshi and Joe Katz was Satoshi. And Joe Katz says, look, man, I didn't even, like, no, I'm not, and I don't know who is, who's not, obviously they said that David Schwartz and Jeb McCaleb and Arthur Britton, those guys worked as engineers on the development. But did you see that story about Jack Dorsey? I mean, that's pretty. I mean, some of the timelines, I don't know if you saw that or not, how they came out, they were talking about his timelines and how he is the most likely candidate to be Satoshi. Did you read that whole thing or not really?
No, I did not. And I've heard rumors that it was possibly Alan Greenspan, former head chair, Fed chair, because he prior to being involved with the Federal Reserve was very much against how they operated, and that was his way of kind of stabbing back at the industry.
Yeah, I want you to go on my somewhere on my X page. I reposted it, and there were certain things like emails that were associated with Satoshi, specifically from Satoshi, and it had like Jack Dorsey's, like it had like JD 311 something, and come to find out, Jack Dorsey, his address was 311 something. I mean, it was just some crazy stuff, and I don't know how, it all was, but I mean, and I'm not saying he is or isn't, but it was a pretty interesting read. I know Mikkel had that's how I saw Mikkel had made a comment, and I read deep on it. I said, ooh, that's pretty interesting. Again, who knows? I mean, but the point I'm trying to make is, if they ever found out who he was, right, and that could cause, because I think this whole mythical, person that no one knows, this deal, that's why people, obviously the SEC wasn't able to go after whoever created or whatever the case may be. Does that change if they find out someone like Jack Dorsey is Satoshi? Does that change? People go, oh crap, wait a minute. I don't know. What do you think?
The only comparison I can make is what's more powerful, Batman or Bruce Wayne?
Okay. Yeah,
Batman, right? Yeah, so that mythical anonymous figure, I think it would be a disappointment if we ever figured out who Satoshi was.
But in your thing, what was more important, Batman or Bruce Wayne? What was more important, Superman or Clark Kent? But what happened when they found out their true identity? Everything went to shit.
Exactly. So I would rather Satoshi remain anonymous. I think that's what's best for the industry.
And I would too. But and again, if it was someone like Jack Dorsey, why are you going to the damn Super Bowl with a Satoshi shirt on? Why are you going out in public with Bitcoin? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only part that is like, is there a certain level of arrogance that you want people to know or insinuate? I don't know, but I personally don't think it's in people's best interest to ever find out who he is.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, I'm going to start wearing Satoshi's shirt. You can tell him it's me.
Okay, let's look at what Nathaniel, before we move on. Nathaniel says, Peace 68. I've heard that every time XRP is used, there's a portion burn. Question, does that apply only to the XRPL and banks, or does that apply when retail buys off exchanges as well? That's for us.
I'm not sure. I know that's how that works with other chains, like Luna Classic, for example, is really big on burning, but it's only on chain volume. It wouldn't be on like a centralized exchange. But I have no idea how that works with XRP. I do know they have a burn mechanism, which is obviously bullish because the supply will decrease over time. Yeah. Especially as it gets adopted more and more, that'll increase the burn. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that works.
Now, this is crazy to me, man. It's stuff like that. This right here that just it just kills me. Biden administration lost track of billions in seized crypto. They're saying that when you open this up and read it, they're saying that, let me just see if I can read some of it here. This is from a man, shouts out to Abs, Good Morning Crypto. He says, breaking, Biden administration lost track of billions in seized crypto. The U.S. Marshal Service, USMS, is unable to determine the amount of Bitcoin it holds and faces ongoing organization challenges in managing seized cryptocurrencies. Responsible for handling assets like the Bitcoins and Bitcoin seized from Silk Road, the USMS lack of clarity on its crypto holdings could complicate potential plans for a national crypto reserve, as highlighted by experts who stress the need for better education and professional management. Past issues, including insecure handling of crypto addresses, reliance on inaccurate spreadsheets, and losing access to Ethereum wallets underscore the agency's struggles, which have been criticized by both the formal officials and the Office of the Inspector General. Now, I know this is not going to set well with Trump. I know this is not going to set well with Elon. You lost, wallet addresses. You don't know what happened to certain Bitcoin. Now, I know there's been stories and even documentaries and things, not documentary, but like stories, I guess, coverages on things that the certain three-letter agency have done where certain monies haven't been reported after being seized and recovered. I mean, this is just a big old crap show. And it's crazy because I think if Biden or Harris would have won, should I say, a lot of the stuff will still be buried probably until we're gone and our kids are gone. I'm just saying, like, this stuff is starting to come out. I mean, how does the Biden administration lose track of billions of seized crypto? Your thoughts?
So lose track, right? Now, actually, interestingly enough, the young man I was talking to earlier today, that's the founder of Jackal, he has a background in data forensics. And this topic came up of tracing transactions on certain blockchains. And he said Bitcoin, and now these guys are really smart. They're programmers. They're like leagues ahead of me. They're geniuses, okay? But he said Bitcoin is particularly difficult to track. You know how you can go on like ETH Scanner and see the transactions and see where they went? Right. He said for whatever reason, doing data forensics on Bitcoin is extremely difficult. So there's more room for foul play there on Bitcoin network. And it makes you wonder, was it lost or was it lost? I wonder where that money really went.
Yeah, no, it's amazing that you said that because I was trying to find it here. I'm trying to see if I can find it here, but they said that this gentleman here, I hate to call him a gentleman being that he's part of the hack, but it said that, see if I can open up the story here. It looks as if they said that the 1.5 trillion, I guess, or 1.4, 1.5 trillion in crypto, specifically, I guess, Ethereum, they've been converting that over to Bitcoin, which is kind of made me think about what you're saying now. Is that because it's harder to track? Is that why they're doing that possibly?
Possibly. And when you switch from like different cryptos, from like Ethereum over to Bitcoin, et cetera, some of them use different coding languages, so it makes it even more difficult to track. Luckily, again, I was talking to a data forensics expert earlier today. I would not have this info, so this was kind of like cosmic alignment on this subject. Right. But yeah, of course, I highly suspect that's why they did that. It makes it more difficult to track, so they can get away with what they did.
Yeah, I agree with that. And look, at this point, as far as I don't know if there's anything that could be said that I wouldn't. I mean, when you look at the Epstein situation, the Diddy stuff that's going on with all this craziness, and and then you start looking at everything that we're uncovering now from politicians stealing. There's been Zelensky from Ukraine said that the money that was sent to them, the deal was they would send part of it back to Biden and those guys, like a commission. I mean, when you hear all that stuff, this stuff doesn't really surprise me, man. The level of corruption and all the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, sadly, it's probably just the tip of the iceberg, especially with like the Epstein and Diddy thing. I think, sadly, that was a far more common practice than we realize. Luckily, we have Kash Patel in place. It seems like he's actually going to do the right things. And culturally, I can remember 10 years ago and back in my life, talking with family members, people I respected that were intelligent. It was like they just accepted that everyone was corrupt and there was nothing we could do about it.
Well, it's like the Untouchables, the movie. They were untouchable, and I think the thing that you see a lot of them. I mean, first of all, let's just say what it is, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. They tried to take Trump out twice during the election.
That we know of. That we know of. It was probably more like 5-6 times.
I mean, but brother, like they tried to take this dude out, and I'm like, damn, like, and then you see why. Like they knew what he was going to do. Like he made a comment the other day where him and Kash Patel were kind of in the Oval Office or whatever, and he said, I will not be, I can't remember how it was put, but he says, I will not be merciful on those who try to, whatever, it was like, try to, hurt this guy, whatever he said, like basically he's taking no mercy on anyone. Obviously they try to take him out. Elon, man, they can't stop talking bad about this guy. And I think the common denominator is that they realize they had a president who's a billionaire that's not in it for the money, because they don't even make that much money yearly. I mean, this guy could spend that in a weekend if he wanted to, his salary. Elon, who's the guy who he allowed to be over this Department of Government Efficiency, they're mad because they realize that they're getting looked at. They're being put under the microscope, and he's going after all the bad actors because he's a billionaire. He doesn't need the money. Probably, he's like the Tony Stark of the world. I mean, if you will, right? Especially in the United States. And then you got Kash Patel, man, who I heard this dude is no nonsense. And they fought him in S Force all the way to the hour he was sworn in. I was like, what? I mean, trying to throw when he was in high school, he threw the toy away in the Cracker Jack box. I mean, they're trying to get him for any little thing they could. I'm being facetious, but I'm just, what I'm saying, like anything they could do. And he's sitting in the congressional hearing going, huh? Like what? It's just crazy. Now he's in. Oh my God, you got the Three Musketeers, brother. I'm happy, but if you're on the wrong side of that equation, brother, you got it. I'm sure there's people right now that are not sleeping well.
Yeah, well, they can't be bought. We finally have some people in power that can't be bought. And I hope they all have really good securities, because I hate to say it, there's a target on every single one of their backs.
Man. Oh,
Elon, you name it, Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard's an interesting case when I bring that up, because she was actually a World Economic Forum young leader. And I think over the course of the past 5 or 6 years, she's turned her back on them. Either that or she's like an absolute genius manipulator, because I'm at the point where I trust her. She's taken enough action where I think she's like, hey, I'm not for this globalist agenda or whatever. Yeah. But I hope they'll have really good security, because they are fighting an absolute global monster, cabal, deep state, whatever you want to call it. And they're extremely important to a prosperous future, in my opinion.
No, I think Trump needs to have quadruple the security of a normal president. I wouldn't go. I mean, I would have, like when COVID, they had those bulletproof glasses up. And I mean, this dude,
the Pope Dome, he needs a Pope Dome.
Bro, he's at the head of the snake. He's the head of the snake. And all these other, legs, the Elons, the Tulsi, the Cash, the JD Vance, all these guys. I mean, oh man, this is about to get crazy. Now, this is interesting. Ominix comes out and says, do you support adding XRP to the U.S. reserves? And I made a little comment. I'll get your input on this. By the way, guys, shouts out to the almost 4,100 people watching live. Shouts out to you guys. Appreciate you in a major way. XRP. So he says, do you support adding XRP to the U.S. Strategic Reserve? And I said, XRP, you mean the digital crypto asset created here in the United States, backed by the first-class company Ripple, a CEO full of integrity. The fact that they never gave up on the XRP army and or XRP community when things got extremely tough here in America, when dealing with the SEC, that's a strong yes for me. Your thoughts on that, as far as XRP being part of the strategic reserve and how that could be beneficial?
I can't see a situation where we have a crypto reserve and XRP isn't one of the top holdings.
That's right.
Right. If we're going to support American cryptos, it's the number one American crypto. Maybe that's the run we're about to see. We're about to see the American crypto run, and we're going to see a lot of the industry experts that are in other countries come here. Again, the young man I was talking to earlier, they're out of Canada, and he says, whatever's best for my company, if I have to come to the US, I'll do it. So we might see a whole bunch of new American cryptos, because all the best industry experts are going to come to our country, which would be so awesome.
Brother, look, before all this happened with Trump, there's some people, right? I'm not going to name who. There's some people, like me, let me stop, that was talking about relocating. I mean, it was just so horrific for businesses, taxes, greed, corruption, that, one of my buddies and we were talking like, man, hey, maybe we need to go to Ecuador. Maybe we need, we were really looking at something, and I don't mean to be funny or not, but it's not about being proud of this or proud of that. It's just at some point when you're caught up in this financial slave-driven system that's full of corruption, it's just, there's no winning. I mean, can you imagine going out there making $10 million in crypto and then having some corrupted ass government telling you that you got to give them 5 so they can go out there and send it to some country for condoms, or some country for trans whatever, comic books and all this crazy stuff, and pat their pockets. And so, like I said, I think XRP being a part of the strategic reserve would be phenomenal. And honestly, it's like vindication. It's like hallelujah. It's like all the stuff, that I always say it, and I heard Linda P. Jones and Molly Elmore talk about this. One of the greatest travesties, one of the most corrupted scandals in all of crypto, the biggest, I would probably say. Obviously, we've seen some things happen with, Sam Bankman-Fried, whatever, but I'm talking about is just as far as attacking a good actor has been Ripple versus the SEC. And I truly believe that this would be huge for those who fought, those who've been hurt, those who are looking for. I would just think it would be a great way to say, you know what? And the fact that they got everything in place. I'm not just saying, oh, because you're an American company. I mean, they got everything in place that would be favorable for being a part of a strategic reserve. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. And they did everything they could to be compliant, and it's just the SEC put them in literally an impossible situation. And what I'd really like to see is, a much higher new all-time high for those investors that bought before all this happened. Could you imagine holding through all that?
Dude, no. I mean, obviously that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I want your opinion on something real quick. When Trump was running, you had a lot of these guys talking about they were going to leave the country. I think Ellen DeGeneres and her significant other left. There's some other people that left. Well, obviously, here there's an article here where Oprah Winfrey said, "I can't live in the U.S. for the next 4 years and breathe the same air as Elon Musk." She's obviously not a supporter of Elon and Trump. I put see ya, wouldn't want to be you. Sayonara. Deuces. Yep. I mean, your thoughts on people taking those kind of stances, almost even with, what's the girl's name that's dating the football player?
Taylor Swift, when they booed her at the Super Bowl.
but she, President Trump was there and she made that comment. I'm leaving I won't be here. And it's like, no, you're not. I mean, just stop it. Like, what do they think? What does these guys like Oprah think, that we're going to miss them? Like, we're going to choose them over making America great again?
Yeah, I could care less. And you know what's hilarious? I'm sure plenty of people have seen this. When Trump, before he was president, when he went on The View, and how nice they were to him. Oh, this is our friend Donald Trump. We love him. And now they're comparing him to Hitler. It's like, come on, you guys, you're so fake. I don't care what any of those celebrities do. You know, they've lost all their power in the past 4 years or so. Everybody woke up. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Some of the things they tried to do, especially during the Harris campaign, was a joke. I mean, look, if I'm trying to run for especially for president, I'm not going to have one of my speakers be Cardi B. I'm just saying. It was just to get people there. It was the photo op, because that's the only way, in my opinion, that's the only way they can get people to show up.
Oh God, that's just
so they could say, hey, we had a big rally too, but we had to pay celebrities to get butts in the seats,
Oh gosh, crazy. Don't regret having a good heart. All good things come back and multiply. I agree with that. I like that. Now let's see what we got before we get up out of here. Anything else we want to say? Anything you want to add before we get up out of here? I think the last thing that I want to talk about here, matter of fact, anything you want to add before we get out of here, I think the last thing we're going to talk about is the XRP event.
Not that I could think of. I would like to hear some crypto tales before we go. We haven't heard any crypto tales.
You know what, man? Before we get out of here, guys, I want to talk about this, and I'm going to play a little crypto tales. If you guys don't know who Tales is, you will know tonight. This particular song will actually be played at the Las Vegas XRP Las Vegas meetup, guys. If you haven't got your tickets, guys, make sure you guys go do that. You can click right here on my X page. Matter of fact, I'll pull it up here. If you click this picture and go down, you'll see that you can get tickets right here. It's $50 at the door, $40 pre-order. We're going to have food included. It's got a beautiful ambience. It's one of the nicest places inside. It's gorgeous. Full bar, anything that you want there. We're going to have some giveaways. It's going to have some of the biggest names: Mikkel, Linda P. Jones, Zach Rector, CKJ, Molly Elmore, Jake Claver, Ray Fuentes, myself, people who are supposed to stop by: Eleanor Tarrant, Paul Barron, Versan with Black Swan Capitalist, possibly the whole Good Morning crew if they're able to get away based off of their dinner plans and things like that. Mr. Aquaman, many others that are saying they're going to be coming by. So if you guys want to get your tickets, go right here. You can simply click here. Now, if you click there, guys, it's going to take you right into the meetup. It tells you all about it. You have to be 21 and over. If you buy in advance, it's only $40, guys. You do not want to miss this. And here's what I'm going to say about this too, Nestforce, before we get into our tell song. So guys, again, May 31st, 2025, 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. Saturday night. So the whole event that's going to be going on here. There's going to be events Thursday where we'll be free. Friday, we're going to have a party bus, but there's also some other event Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, it is the XRP Las Vegas meetup. Is star-studded, guys. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a panel. They're going to be asking questions, taking pictures, us hanging out. A lot of people are going to be stopping by. There's going to be a lot of fun. Now, before I move on, Nestforce, and play Tales, there was something I was going to add to this. Let's see here. XRP Las Vegas. Well, we'll just go ahead and get it right into Tales. So the 4,200 people, I want to thank you guys. Is there anything you want to add? Because I don't know. I had something I was going to talk about. It just slipped my mind right now.
No, not really. Just check out Chicago Coin. If you're new to the fam, like, subscribe, repost, do everything you can. This is a great community, and if you join, you will not regret. I have not regretted 1 second of it.
Absolutely, guys. For those of you guys who don't know what he's talking about, again, I've been in business for 28 years. We've owned semi-pro basketball teams. We own car lot cell phone stores. We own clothing stores. We own a lot of things back in California. After I retired from that and raised my kids, got into crypto in 17. It's been life-changing for me and my wife. We started this channel about 2 years and 3 months ago. In the process of doing that, I got together with one of my buddies who's a multi-million-dollar businessman. I kept saying Shikaka because I didn't want to offend people's projects by saying crap or shit coins. When I would say a certain name, one day I talked about Pepe and they're, oh my God. So I stopped doing that. So I just started naming all coins Shikaka just to not to offend any community, anybody who supported a certain thing. And so my buddy, Mike O said, Jay, why don't we do something together? And the reason he brought that up is because we invest in movies. We got a movie right now that's getting ready to come out that they're writing Shikaka into the script. They're going to be mentioning it several times. We got 2 big time artists that are going to be doing videos for the movie, and they're going to be mentioning Shikaka. So really excited. It's for us, by us. It's a meme coin for the community. If you guys want to know any information on it, you can see all the incredible places you can actually connect with it. We started about 7 months ago. We haven't done a lot of advertising because we're waiting for this movie and other things to play out. But you can find it. You can see our incredible team. It's not some memes. We got some phenomenal people here, people who have shows like World Be Free. We've got Dave, who's a highway patrolman. My man Josh here, who's 26-year vet with the fire department. You got Griff, who's works for the government. Just a lot of great people, guys. You got our director, Ryan Lamar, Don Benjamin. You've got NBA guys that are involved. So just a lot of stuff going on, guys. I don't talk too much about it because I never want people to think that we're shilling anything, because we're not. But we're really excited about it. It's absolutely phenomenal. We're proud of it, and got some big things going. The movie should hopefully start shooting here in the next 30 days or so. So we're excited about that. Now, with that being said, I got a request from my brother here. Now I know I have him up here somewhere. Let's see, where is it at? It would be there, so it would be Crypto Tales. Let me see if I have it in here. And so this is Crypto Tales, guys. He will actually be at the event performing. If you guys never heard of this song, I want you to really listen to the words, guys, because the things that he said, he made this just over 2 years, almost 3 years ago, and the things that he said about the SEC, about everything, it was spot on. He had a couple other guys that performed in this as well. They did a phenomenal job. Listen up. He'll be performing at the XRP Las Vegas meetup. Crypto Tales, the one and only Crypto4Life Chicago coin family, greatest family on planet Earth. This is for you.
This one, does it like it is. Got them switching gears with Ferrari with the tens. On some bullet shit, stop crying, start buying, getting bags. I ain't lying.
What?
Money multiplying, call it rocket science.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
so tired of this crypto control. You already know, basically letting money go. Swimming in the dough, SEC gets exposed. Tomorrow's the day we gon' blow. I'm better off, I'm selling at a loss, not caring what it costs. I ain't when it drop, waiting for the flip flop to the tip top. While you watching TikTok, so my new wristwatch. Hit the Vegas crypto meetup.
Vegas crypto meetup.
Show with DAI like we do it all the time. Did a show with Lady E in the bag, man, the next night. A more party, so you know we had to take flight. Yeah, so many years and it's still no tears. If you're selling it, I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moving?
What?
That's amusing when you know that you ain't losing.
Oh, yeah.
Going back to go back, got them choosing. Which one?
Crypto Tales performing May 31st, Saturday night, right there with us at XRP Las Vegas meetup. It's going to be absolutely incredible. Huh? Verse 2. Let's do it.
This one, bags,
pull up in a spacecraft and bags on us. Get into them bags with them stacks on us. In a different bracks where they try to tax on us. Government some lies with them bags blowing up. Spitting 16s, keep them bags stuffed up. Give you more game than your mainstream rap buzz. Told you get the bag, disconnect from the fuzz. Your favorite rapper clone and he can't deep trust. Move to a different code so they can't tax us.
What?
Golden passports, rocket ships like Buzz. We light years ahead of the herd.
This is one of the things that I always say, why they were going after the crypto industry, why they were going after American people, because they wanted to keep us financially enslaved. Where your mindset was, I'm gonna keep working for the rest of my life at a job that they pay me just enough not to quit, I do just enough not to get fired, and I retire on a percentage what barely got me by in the first damn place. It's all about they want us to basically keep working. Let the verse do it. I damn forgot the verse.
Like they don't want you to get
That part. They don't want you to get rich but die trying. Damn it, forgot it.
us. Golden passports, rocket ships like Buzz. We light years ahead of the herd. Like, they don't want you to get rich, but die trying. But I slid you the crypto list, so start buying. And I'll see you at the tip top when we start flying. Upgrade the shit, push a button, autopilot. Party all night, so we just keep flying.
So many years and it's still no cheers. If you're selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is in illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moon? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got them choosing. This one, bag it up. Here comes the monkey. This one,
let me get some. We looking for that astro flip. Guacamole, I want the whole damn dip. I got my spacesuit on. Yeah, I want the whole damn ship. And if we bring in any further, bust the whole damn clip. Nah, we do our own research here. Over ledger on a t-shirt here. We in the jungle, I know. They like, monkey, how you see so clear? I did my homework, so he don't care. Yeah. Sitting on the ledger with the bag, man. And I just bought Quant with my bad hand. A little Globius and XTC. And a little more XRP. We not playing. Yeah. So basically, we repping for the same set. Because we was here way before the main net. Who would have thought that crypto tales would come together on a topic that we know so well? Music.
So many years and it's still no cheers. If you're selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is in illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moon? That's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Yep. Going back to go back, got them choosing. Which one? Bag it up. This one? Bag it up.
Greatest family on planet Earth. Guys, we appreciate you guys in a major way. There's a little taste of what you guys will get at the XRP Las Vegas event. Again, we start 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. 8 p.m. Everybody come in. We'll have food, have a lot of great entertainment, giveaways, the whole nine. 9 p.m. we'll have an all-star panel, that you guys saw earlier with Mikkel, Linda P. Jones, all those guys. Let me put it back up real quick because let me get the names here real quick for you guys. We'll have Mikkel, Linda P. Jones, Zach Rector, CKJ, Molly Elmore, Jake Claver, Ray Fuentes, myself. You'll have people that will be showing up like Eleanor Terrett, like Paul Barron, Versan, many others guys, and probably even have more speakers there as well. And then from after that, that'll probably last about an hour. And then from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. is going to be absolutely incredible. You'll get some great music, a lot of amazing people there. So don't miss it, guys. It's going to be extremely affordable. $50 at the door, $4 if you pre-order. Again, if you want to pre-order, all you have to do is click this, go right down. There is a link right here on my page. It's pinned to the top of my page. You hit that, and guess what? You're in there. So I'm really excited, guys. Appreciate you guys being here. Nesforce, any final words, brother, and anything that you got coming up that maybe they need to know about, and where can they follow and find you at, my man?
All right. So the best place to follow me is at Chart the Course Podcast on X. You can also follow my personal account. It's just Nesforce1. But Chart the Course is where I do all my best work. You know, like I said, I interview a lot of project leaders. I actually don't have anything lined up right now. I did a whole bunch. I think I did 3 episodes in the past 8 days, which we usually do about 1 a week. So it's a high volume there. And the team is stretched thin right now. So nothing really too big coming up. Any final words? I really don't have any. You know, just I love this Crypto4Life fam. It's been such an amazing experience getting to know you, 6-8. You know, like I always say, I remember the first day I popped in here. It really left an impression on me, and I've come back every day since. So just thanks, man. You're an amazing leader, and I will be here as long as my body parts are still working, brother. Man, and we're gonna have you on over and over. I definitely love you as a host, and having you on the show as well as the others that have been here as well. In the Crypto4Life family, and even in other platforms and other families. I shouts out to the Chicago Coin family, to the IBF family, to the VTHO family, to the Good Morning Crypto family, to all my friends, Mikkel and his community, Linda P. Jones, Zach Rector, Molly Elmore, CKJ, Jack Claver, Ray Fuentes, and all those, Paul Barons, and all those guys who are just doing phenomenal work in this community. We'll appreciate you guys. We love you guys in a major way. And to answer this question, we're streaming right now on X and on YouTube. So on YouTube, you're going to see different views and likes. Obviously, like I said, they shut our channel down a few times. Some of our videos are shadow banned. So please go over to our Crypto4Life YouTube channel and show your support. It will help us out in a major way. If you guys don't know what that is, it's right here again. It's Crypto4Life with your boy James, aka 68J. We would appreciate if you guys do that. Show your support. Right now, we've got about we've had this channel for about 2 years and 3 months. We've got about 25,000. I'm trying to get to the top again. I was showing you guys all the terrible things we were doing.
But we've got some of the greatest minds, some of the greatest interviews in S-Force. You know that. We were doing ladies night every week. We got so much stuff, so much content, strategies about 70, 20, $10 cost average in, 25, $50 cost average out. We've got Jimmy Valley and Molly Elmore talking about the XRP strategic, the XRP evaluation that came on twice. We've had just incredible people, about 25.8 thousand subscribers, 1.1 thousand plus and growing live videos and just a lot of great content, guys. So please go over Crypto4Life with your boy James, aka 6AJ. We'll appreciate you guys, love you guys. And with all that being said, let's recognize a few people up in the chat here. Jose, thank you for being here. Big Bro 10, my beautiful queen Jeanette, love you so much. We got Locksville in the house. Nathaniel, thank you so much for being here. Oh, by the way, Nathaniel, we have almost 4,500 views on X. So we're streaming this on my X. Shouts out to my man, Edo Farina, who allows me to stream this on his X as well. He's a big deal in this space. So that's how we get these numbers that we're getting. Shouts out again to my man, Edo Farina. Hopefully we'll get him out there as well. Fishing with Camo Joe, Adam 500, Bullish Bird, KG, Crypto Mountain Man, Marvin Davis, Sly Fox, Mike O, my sister-in-law, Erica Garcia, Move Accordingly. Thank you. All you guys are here. I can't say all the names, but thank you guys. Love you guys and made you away. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, it's your boy James, aka 6AJ. And remember, we go live each and every day, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Crypto4Life. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.